Get ready with me while I tell you some of the craziest things my kids have told me. I worded that so wrong. I do not have kids, but I'm a camp counselor, and they tell me some crazy Some of them follow me on here, so let's not curse today. Anyway, buckle up, because kids are concerning. I mean, I went to summer camp all my life, since, kindergarten until 8th grade, and if I acted the way some of these kids act, my mom would probably put me up for adoption. Also, so you get more of the image in your head, I'm a counselor to 1st graders. They're, 6. Yesterday, while I was feeding them all lunch on their little platters, I'm going around passing them. It's pasta, by the way. One of them goes, "Does this have carbs in it?" I said, are you allergic? No, I need to know if this has carbs in it. What? I did not know what a carb was until the 6th grade, maybe. Another one I hear on the daily is, "Gianna, what are those dots in your face? And why is it red over here?" Oh, Jessica, just you wait, and I hope you get it 10 times worse. The other day we were playing a big game of soccer, middle of the soccer game, there's 20 of them running around. They all stopped collectively to tell me one girl got a bug bite. That's all. And this girl is crying, bawling. One of my personal favorites is when they go in the pool and they come back to the bunk and magically they can't find any of their clothes. So they're standing in front of me, sopping wet, drenched, crying, bawling. I'm dry. I'm in the dry zone, and they're up on me. "I can't find my clothes, Gianna." They ran away, babe. What do you want me to do? You're the one who took them off. I don't know where you put them. We're in a 6x6 little bunk. They couldn't have gone far. Oh, another good one is when it's lunchtime, and I clarified with everyone. I said, "Is everyone okay with this lunch? This is lunch. This is the substitute. Does anyone want the substitute?" No one raises their hand. Time for lunch. Start serving lunch. "I don't like this. I don't want..." It's a headache. Every day I wonder how I'm going to do the next day. I just do it, and I don't know why I go back This is my 5th year working here. Why? I couldn't tell you. I choose this pain. Yesterday, one of them asked me if I had kids of my own. No concept of age, which is honestly fine. 18 to a 1st grader probably feels worlds away, but sometimes they say things and I feel like I'm their age. So getting asked if I have kids of my own is crazy. Because, no, Jessica, this job is free birth control for me. I will not have kids anytime soon. I also forget how gullible kids are. I tell them when they're being bad, I have Santa in my phone. So whenever they're being bad, I go to reach for my phone, they shut up. I already look like I have nose contour on. That's how tan my nose gets. I also love kids with, really niche interests. One of my kids has an obsession with trees. She can name all different types of trees. I hear about the pine trees, the apple tree. She just gets really into them. This week at camp, we made slime, and as a retired slime owner, I was pretty good at it, but they all did not think so. They believe that their generation, invented the slime making and that no one has done it before the 1st graders. So when I told them that I ran up a slime business in middle school, they were very unimpressed and very uninterested. And that's honestly one of my biggest flexes. If I could put that on my resume, I probably would, because I was racking up money. They also like to flex, really, really weird things. Yesterday, they were talking about whose mom has gotten injured worse. One of them was like, "My mommy sprained her ankle once," and the other one was like, "Yeah, well, my mom broke her foot." They're always one-upping each other, but in the weirdest circumstances. I'm running out of time. I probably have 100 other things to talk about. This was really fun to
Ready
make.
with me while I tell you guys about how I accidentally snitched on my sister in high school for sneaking out. So she was in 12th grade and I was in 9th grade, but I probably had the maturity level of a 5th grader and the knowledge of a 5th grader. To put things in perspective, at this time I was sleeping with my little brother because we would stay up all night and play Minecraft. Very well under what I should have been at my age. So one night, me and my little brother finished our Minecraft Chronicles. And I believe I fell asleep for a little bit, but then I noticed my sister's light was on, so I was like, I'm gonna go be nice and turn that off for her. Also, if you can hear some weird sounds, the people above us, I believe, are doing their laundry, and it is so loud, and it's been doing this for an hour, so I was like, I'm filming my Get Ready With Me. So I went to turn her TV off, and I noticed there was blankets covering her on her bed, and I was like, oh my gosh, she's not gonna be able to breathe. And when I tell you, this is literally my 9th grade thoughts. So when I pulled the blanket back to help her breathe better, I saw these pillows in position that looked like a human. And this is gonna sound so dramatic. After I did that, I noticed her curtain was blowing, and it's nighttime, so everything was more dramatic to me. So in my head, I'm like, oh my gosh, somebody kidnapped my sister, left her TV, her light on, made it look like there was somebody still sleeping in her bed so that they could get away with this. So I'm already freaking out, already on the verge of tears, and I'm like, I have to go run to my parents' room and tell them that Sarah's kidnapped. And how naive I was at the time definitely kept me from understanding the situation, obviously. So I go into my parents' room and I'm like, guys, Sarah's kidnapped, and I'm crying already. And the first thing my mom does is hop out of bed and goes, Sarah snuck out. And I was like, no part of me thought that. I was like, no, Mom, she's kidnapped. You don't understand. The curtain was swinging in the dark. So I start sitting on the couch while my parents are calling her and going outside to see where she's at. And I'm crying, but at this point I'm maybe I did accidentally snitch. So my sister gets home and she's explaining her side of the story to my parents and why she had to do what she did. And I'm just sitting there like, So at this point, she's obviously a little sad because she got in trouble. I would have got in trouble too. And I'm just like, I'm going to go in her room and comfort her. And don't think I'm a snake because I didn't know. Not my stupid self saying to her, I wouldn't have told on you. I just thought you got kidnapped. She goes, you told? Yeah, that was me. Moral of the story, if you ever think you're not a cool person, at least you're not. Get ready with me.
It's clear that I'm not white, but my dad's white, so he's gotten into a lot of trouble for having a black daughter. This is him. My dad was a custodian at my middle school, and not all the teachers knew that. My dad and I decided that we were gonna go on a late night walk because we wanted to go to the convenience store, and it so happens that the teachers at my school were having some sort of staff dinner in the same plaza. My dad and I go to the convenience store, and we come out, and I guess the teachers are leaving now. We're walking back home, and we see like a car slow down beside us, and then it like turns all the way over because we're still in the parking lot and like they're on the road. So he drives past us slowly and we make eye contact, and then he like zooms off, but the shock on his face was like, we were like, that was weird, but like whatever. I know for a fact this man went home and couldn't sleep at night thinking, oh my gosh, one of my students is out late at night with the custodian. The next day was a school day and my dad gets called into the office. Right away the principal said like a teacher came to him and they're extremely worried about Destiny, and my dad knew right away what teacher it was and why they were worried. Luckily the teacher knew my dad, so it wasn't really a big deal. They kind of laughed about it, but this has happened to my dad so much, like in real life, people stopping him and being like, whoa.